What's up guys, this is Loma, and today's video is going to be one that's been requested by many of you guys. It's going to be a video on Ethereum. But before we get into that, I just want to quickly thank Binance for sponsoring this video. If you don't have an account on Binance, go get one, check them out. One of the best exchanges for trading alts. Now with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Looking at the weekly on Ethereum, you're gonna notice this is like one of the like the one line to rule them all type of thing. Okay, so you'll see that this was our peak, right? And then it bounced right here. So I think this is a key area. I'm gonna use the magnet for accuracy. Okay, so I think this area, right? If you extend it to the left, it also covers this. So it makes sense that this area will act as support. And once I draw that, you'll see that we kind of like had a bearish retest right here, right? And then formed some type of double bottom looking structure, right? You can call it accumulation, whatever. But we broke up, retested, and now it seems like we're about to have continuation to the upside. So just off this chart alone, you can tell that Ethereum's pretty fucking bullish. Not too many things about this chart looks bearish on the higher time frames, right? I mean, ideally, we'd want to see closes above here, right? Maybe above 435. We get a weekly close above 435, and it's probably headed to maybe 600s. So I'm going to go ahead and mark out that area as well. Okay. So around 570 or so. Now with those levels marked out, I'm gonna hop over to the 3-day. So on the 3-day, this is a little bit more interesting, right? We get a little more granular in our price action. So you're gonna see that 3-day actually broke above the resistance. And now we're kind of retesting here at 408. Ideally, I wanted us to go down here, down to like 360 again. But in a bull market, you're gonna hear me say this a lot, but the perfect retest is a luxury that does not come often during a bull market. And I guess if you invert that, it's the same for a bear market, right? You're not gonna get the perfect sell every time. Like, it's gonna get front ran, and that's just part of the game. But okay, so on this 3-day, candle just opened. Okay, so not too much to work with, but if you look on the 3-day, ideally this is where you want to place your bids. And I'll be trading it on the 3-day because I like Ethereum as a longer term trade. I don't plan on, scalping it or trying to nail every local top, local bottom. I want to get a good entry and I want to sit on it, and I'll scalp other shit like Chainlink or any alt that has liquidity and volatility. So that could be YFI, YFII, stuff like that. But as far as Ethereum and Bitcoin goes, I like to trade that on the midterm level. Again, that's just me. So I'm gonna go ahead and write something right here. So bids here. Okay, so so we're looking to buy or add on to any current positions that you might have around 390 to 405. Okay, so how that would look is like this. And if we're in a bullish environment, okay, I don't anticipate us nuking below this candle. I know that this is still at support, and you don't necessarily have to close your position right here, especially if it's a long-term position. Having a 9% stop is very fucking tight. So you can have this a little bit lower if you like, but in a truly bullish environment, it shouldn't retrace this whole fucking candle. Like this breakout candle that we've had the last couple days where Bitcoin went to like 13.1K and Ethereum bounced pretty hard as well. If we fully retrace this move up, that is not bullish at all. Okay, and that would be grounds for maybe reconsidering my thought on if we're gonna bust out of this range. So okay, expecting bids here. I would recommend layering your bids heavy on the top, just because in a longer term position, you're not as focused on getting the perfect bottom entry, albeit it's really fucking nice when you do nail the bottom, but you don't need it because you're trading long term, right? Your targets are a little bit wider, your stop is a little bit wider. If you're scalping, every percentage counts. Every 0.01% counts, especially if you're factoring fees and all of that. It matters. But longer term trades, your entry doesn't matter as much, but that's not to say that you don't want a good entry. So I would stack my bids, probably heavy on top here, bids down here, and honestly, if it starts trading below this area, 368, I would start rethinking my trade, because this idea might be wrong. Okay. So that's just my quick views on Ethereum. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. I'm not trading based on ETH 2.0 news. I don't give a fuck. If the chart looks good, the chart looks good, and I'm sure there's going to be an explanation for why the chart looks good, when the time comes. Like, oh my god, MicroStrategy was buying the entire time, or PayPal was always going to list the news, right? So I try not to focus too much on the news, albeit it does help. But again, setup would be bids around here, stop loss under this expansion candle, because if it's under here, that's very bearish. And then target, I would target the highs. You can even take profit around here if you think that price is only gonna sweep the top and then dump back down, which is possible. But yeah, so short-term target, I guess you can target closer to 500 bucks. If you're very aggressive with your profit taking, you can even do something like this around 450, maybe front run that if you're super aggressive. Me personally, I'm not going to do that, and I plan on holding this for the long term if we do get up here, right? Because I'm not looking to time my sales in a bull market, right? I'll just keep holding it and adding on every dip until we lose market structure. That's what I did in the last bull market, and I don't plan on really changing that strategy too much. But yeah, saw a couple requests for this, so I hope this brings clarity to the whole Ethereum trade. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.